Fast-paced corners and long straightaways. That is what you get here in Miami. We are here for round 3 of the F2 season here in Miami. Welcome everyone in chat. I am your commentator, Polish Hammer today. No Ryan Seals today. He has, unfortunately, he has to work today, so you will not be getting your beloved Ryan Seals today. You will be getting me instead. I know, sad, but it's better than no one at all. Just welcome everyone in chat. Hope everyone's having a great day. It's a great day for a race here. Just a small recap from Spain last week. We had Skither, who took the sprint win and also the feature race win as well. We had in the sprint race, we had Skither, as I said, came in first. Luke coming in for a second place finish in the Prima. And in the Invitka, Jack Miles coming in third. And then in the feature race, as I said, Skither sweeping the weekend. We had Minico in second. And we had Night Owl in the MP Motorsport machine sitting in third for the feature race. Going over to the driver standings here after 2 rounds, we have Skither, who is in the lead with a 21-point gap over Jack Miles. We're going to have Night Owl in third, Raza Gamer in fourth, and Egg rounding out your top 5 in the Campos. Going over to constructor standings here, it looks like we have, it's going to be Dams keeping up their domination from the previous couple seasons. In first with 71 points, only 8 points ahead of MP Motorsport, and Invitka rounding out the top 3 with 48, Campos with 45, and Roden Carlin rounding out the top 5 with 31 points. Now that we've gone over all that, I'll go through the rest of the races we had at the weekend. On Thursday, we had Alex Norris taking his second Tier 2 win, his first in the Ferrari at Baku. It was a very close battle with Fusion for the second place spot in the McLaren. And then we had, I've forgotten his name, I apologize. Forgive me, this is the first time I've done this, so there's going to be a couple slip-ups. It was, why can I not remember his name? Timbed. I apologize. Timbed. I apologize to Timbed. Timbed in third for the Mercedes team. And then in F2, we had George Alp Williams taking home the win for McLaren, his third win of the season. And then we had, I apologize, little mic issues here. We had, that's going to be Polo God. No, I apologize. Yes, Polo God in second. And then we had Foles in second and Polo God in third. As we're just waiting for the rest of the grid to get formed up here. Talking about a couple lone moves we've had. Alex Norris is racing in that is going to be the Prima. He is filling in for Invade, who was supposed to race today, but Invade had something to do today, so he is unfortunately not here tonight. I think that is about it, and there is something I do want to talk about in Tier 1 news. In Tier 1, Leo Lund and Cryptic swapping rides for the rest of the season. So Leo Lund starting Tier 1 with 2 wins in the Aston Martin, going to be going down to the Williams for this year. I understand it. You know, he's proven that he can win in the McLaren. He's proven he can win in the Aston. So why not give himself a little more of a challenge, if you will, and going down to the Williams. No Ryan. Yeah, no Ryan. I apologize, JTK. You can blame his work schedule for that. Trust me, I would love to have Ryan here commentating with me. I feel like we play off very well. But, you know, it is what it is. You're stuck with me tonight. Hopefully, the race won't be too chaotic. This is my first race as main comp, so we will see where we get with that. As we're going through the steering decisions from last week, going through the unserved penalties, we have Wavy with a quality ban and George Alp Williams with a quali ban as well in the Invicta. So George Alp Williams will be starting in the back with Wavy if Wavy does end up joining the lobby and racing tonight. As we're only missing 2 drivers now. We're missing Night Owl and Skither. Hopefully Skither can get in here as he's looking for... Oh, and as soon as I say that, Skither does hop into the lobby here. And Skither, talking about Skither, he could go for the most poles in F2, in RPL F2 history tonight if he can pull off a pole, as Luke Grange is not racing tonight. So he is in a joint tie with Luke Grange for the most poles all time in F2 in RPL. If he can pull off a pole tonight, that will be his record to keep. That is all his right now. He is sharing it with Luke. If he can get a pole tonight, that'll be all his record to keep. Looking at the upcoming races we have next week, we have Great Britain Silverstone in Tier 3. Alex Norris going to be looking for back-to-back, and we're going to be looking to see if Ferrari and McLaren can keep up their pace. Tier 2 next week on Friday, we're going to have Austria. George Alp Williams looking for his 4th win of the season, the only person to win this season in Tier 2. And then next week, later today, we have Australia for Tier 1. That'll be a good race to look forward to. And then next week we have Monza for F2. Looking forward to some good races there. A lot of good tracks right there to look forward to. As we looks like we're starting to ready up here. Only 12 drivers tonight, which is okay. A little bit of a smaller field. But that is okay. We can work with it. Doesn't matter if you have 12 people, 20 people, doesn't matter. As long as you just get some good racing, good clean racing, who cares how many people you have in a race? A lot of big names in here today. George Alp Williams, obviously the Tier 2 winner from yesterday. Alex Norris, the Tier 3 winner from Thursday. We have Skither, who has won the last 2 races. Obviously Leo Lund, who has won both Tier 1 races this year. So we have a lot of winners, a lot of big names here, a lot of people that could possibly get it done tonight. As we're going to be waiting to get this lobby going here. Give me your predictions. Who do you think is going to win pole tonight? Who do you think is going to win sprint? Who do you think is going to win feature? I'm expecting a very, very competitive race. There's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of, the handbags might come out a little bit, but hey, it's if you ain't rubbin's racing, is what it is. It looks like we're starting to get ready here. As here we go. Qualifying starting to get out of the way. Let's go ahead and I will switch between people. Leo Lund coming up to first lead. As Bourbon Boy retires from the session already, he must have had a quali ban that I was not aware of. Just Polish, just me. It was supposed to be you and me, Faded, but unfortunately you had some stuff to do, but that's alright. Leo Lund coming out to the strong lead here. Skither in second, Minico third. Zora retires from the session. We have a couple of retirements early in the qualifying. Skither comes out to the first place. Skither, if he can get a pole today, that would be the record for most poles in in RPL F2. Skither wants that record. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of... I don't want to share a record. I want the record all to myself. Leo Lund back out in the first. The Dams still just on a tear right now in F2, as they have been for the last couple seasons. They do have the record for the most the most Constructors titles in F2. And it looks like that's going to stay here. Skither in second, trying to get Leo Lund for first. Is it going to happen? Put into the final corner here. Skither with a good last corner there. Is it going to be enough to take out Skither? And Skither, and he does! Skither gets the pole, and that is the record for the most poles in F2. Skither takes the record. Absolutely phenomenal driving there from Skither. Leo London second. Dam's just on a tear this year. There you go. Skither with the record for the most poles in F2 in RPL. Leo Lund coming in a very close second, only 90 thousandths behind his teammate Skither. Miniko starting third, Raza Gamer in fourth, Beatnik with a solid top 5 performance, and Goatley finishing at the top 6. And those are the only people that ended up finishing their lap. George obviously had a quality ban, so he had to DSQ. Bourbon Boy, Zora both retire. Metal, Titan, and Alex Norris all disqualifying their lap times. Fantastic run there from Skither. As I said, he does now have the record for the most poles in RPL F2 history, dispatching Luke Grange for that record. And it looks like we're going to have a very wet sprint here. Obviously, it is Florida. The rain just pops up whenever it wants, and the rain is making an appearance here in the F2 sprint race. This is going to be interesting to see who can conquer the wet conditions here in Miami. The 5 lights are on here in Miami for F2. The lights are out, and away we go. George Williams with a great start here. As the visibility is just absolutely insane here. Bourbon gets a little loose, almost gets to the SLR middle there, gets through. We got some fighting in the back of the pack. George Williams with a strong lead, 6/10 over Bourbon Boy. SLR Miller slots in the third, Goatley in fourth, Raza up to fifth, Leo Lund back to sixth, Miniko seventh. As look, we are 2 by 2 coming out of sector 1. Leo Lund all the way up to fourth. Leo Lund making a great battle here. Raza still in fifth, Goatley starting in sixth. George has already pulled out to a second lead over Bourbon Boy with George's teammate SLR Metal right in third. Starting to get single file hill going down the back straightaway. As Beatnik started fifth, he is 4 seconds behind 11th. Gotta wonder if he had some problems that I did miss. As look at this, Goatley going for a move on Miniko, and Miniko is going to keep that spot. Miniko in sixth, Goatley back to seventh. Leo Lund going for a little bit of a lunge there on SLR Metal, and Metal gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings already. 3 warnings already in the first lap for SLR Metal. So he will have that 3-second going in for the rest of the race, as George has now absolutely taken control of them fighting back there, and he is already up to a 2.2-second gap. As we have Alex Norris going for 9th place on RPL Titan, and he is going to get it done, as they are still 2 wide here. Is he going to be able to get it done on the outside of Titan? Still side by side. He's going to slot in behind Titan. As look at this, we have 3 wide for second place. Bourbon Boy, SLR Metal, and Leo Lund, all 3 wide for second place. Leo Lund trying to take third away from Bourbon Boy. SLR Metal is doing a great teamwork here, just trying to slow up the pack, and he is letting George absolutely run away with this. Leo Lund slots into third. Bourbon Boy's going to try and get it back, as Bourbon Boy is going to now fall down to 5th as he loses out to Raza Gamer as well. And it looks like Miniko is going to want to take away 5th from him. as Leo Lund does make the pass on SLR Metal. So we're going to see if Leo Lund can now put that gap between him and George down. Minico and Bourbon Boy side by side as Minico is looking to take this 5th place away from Bourbon Boy. A little bit of contact there on the back straightaway. Still side by side. SLR Metal trying to get around Leo Lund. Leo Lund's going to fall all the way back to 4th as SLR Metal and Raza both get by him on the back straightaway. Ooh, a little bit of contact there. Getting real dicey here. Oh, this is very incredible racing we're seeing here. Leo Lund trying to take 3rd away again from SLR Metal, who does have that 3-second penalty, as Metal gets a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. That is now 13 seconds in penalties for SLR Metal already. Only 2 laps into the sprint race. And now George has... And he has now got... No way, he's gotten another 10-second penalty. 23 seconds in penalties for Metal in only 2 laps time. As RPL Titan trying to take 9th place away from Alex Norris. George takes the fast lap of the race. We have 3 wide back in the pack. Bourbon Boy falling back to 7th. Skither is up to 6th. He's going to try and take 5th away from his teammate Leo Lund. As he slots in behind Leo Lund, so he's going to keep 6th place. Leo still in 5th. Minico 4th. SLR Metal with 23 seconds of penalties in 3rd. Raza has put a little bit of a gap between him and Metal. He is going to try and see if he can take away that 1st place spot from George, although George is now up to a 4-second gap between him and Raza. We are still bumper to bumper here, like it is Miami traffic here. It is a Miami traffic jam here at the Miami Grand Prix. SLR Metal is going to look to possibly lose 4th place to Minico. Minico is going to want to go into podium here. As we have a little bit of jostling between teammates here. Minico is going to go for 3rd on SLR Metal. Is he going to get it done? As Leo Lund still stays in 5th in front of his teammate Skither, as they are still side by side here. Minico is going to get the move done on Metal, and it looks like Leo's going to try and get one on Metal as well. Is he going to be able to get it done? Leo, a little bit of contact there. See a little bit of fiber falling off the car, but it doesn't look like there's too much damage. Metal is still fighting with Leo Lund to keep that 4th place position, as Skither's going to try and say, hey, I want to be part of this fight too. See if Skither goes for a dive bomb. He just slots it. Oh, Metal off track there. He's going to lose a ton of positions, falling all the way back to 8th behind Goatley. Or no, I apologize. In front of Goatley. He's in 7th in front of Goatley. I thought Goatley overtook him. 23 seconds and penalties for Metal. Let's look at the... I apologize. Look at the position changes here. Zora, our big loser here, falling 7 positions. But we have Beatnik, who has fallen 6th, and SLR Metal looking to fall 6th here. He's under attack from Goatley. You want to talk about big gainers? We have 4 different drivers all moving up 5 spots. Skither, Leo Lund, Minico, Raza, all moving up 5 spots as we are starting to see a little bit of a gap form between 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. But there is not a gap between the midfield. Bourbon, SLR Metal, Goatley, Alex Norris, Titan, all within a couple of tenths of each other. SLR Metal looking for a move on Bourbon Boy. Can he get it done? As he's going to slide in right behind Bourbon Boy. He's not going to go for that dive bomb. Look at this. Goatley wants that 7th place position. Goatley already has position. Goatley's probably like, oh man, you have 23 seconds of penalties. Why don't you just get out of the way? Alex Norris and Zora both simultaneously get 3-second penalties. Both the Primas simultaneously getting 3-second penalties in the same corner. That is a disaster class from Prima. As Beatnik go for a move on Zora, and he's going to get it done with ease. George Williams, fastest lap of the race. 152, as Raza says, hey, I am part of this race too. I am coming for you. 157.655. Raza Gamer, fastest lap of the race in the MP Motorsport car. As unfortunately, one of the MPs is not here tonight, so MP is going to have a really tough time trying to catch up in the constructor standings, as they are only 9 points. They're only 9 points behind in the constructor standings, but unfortunately, they just don't have the drivers. They only have one driver to do it. But Raza's going to give it all he has, as he is starting to close the gap a little bit on George here. 3.5 seconds. As we're starting to spread out here. Only real battle we have is between these three right here. We got about a 3 or 4 car tandem right here. Goatley, Alex Norris, SLR Metal, Bourbon Boy. Metal gets another 3-second penalty. Now it's up to 26 seconds in penalties for SLR Metal in just a sprint race to forget for the Invicta driver. George Williams still out to a 3.4 second lead, or sorry, 3.7 second lead over Raza Gamer in second. Minico slotting in on that last podium position, as we are now going to halfway through this sprint race. George Williams has been the class of the field, as he does put down the fastest lap, 151.453, as Minico and Leo Lund 151.179 says, I will take that fastest lap, thank you very much. And he is going to try and take over third place from Minico, but he still has 2.3 seconds to do it. Minico still comfortably in third place, only 1.4 seconds behind Raza. We still got a fight in the mid-pack right here. Metal, ooh, a little bit of a squirrely from Bourbon Boy, as SLR Metal is going to look to take advantage of that near spin from Bourbon. As here we go, and Bourbon Boy has lagged out. Bourbon Boy has lagged out of the session. That is unfortunate for him. He's going to need an invite back, as Goatley, SLR Metal, Alex Norris all going to take advantage of this. Bourbon Boy back to 9th. .4 seconds the gap between SLR Metal and Skither. Skither has really put a damp on that. The top 5 have just decided to say, you know what, I don't want to deal with that backpack, as Alex Norris going for 7th on Goatley here, side by side. Still side by side, going down the straightaway here. Jostling for position, Alex Norris and Goatley, former teammates for Red Bull, or for VCarb, excuse me, in Tier 3 last season. As Goatley is going to slot behind. Alex Norris will take 7th place, although after penalties, that place will go to Goatley. As Minico sets the fastest lap of the race, 150.5, so that dry line starting to come in for these drivers here. The gap is starting to come down a little bit from Raza. It was at 4.3 seconds before. It is now at 2.9 seconds, with Minico right on his heels, 9/10 behind him. So Minico and Raza really starting to make some time here on George Williams. Our previous sprint winner, Skither, is back in 5th. He's only 1.2 behind his teammate Leo Lund, so he's still got some time to make it up. As Beatnik going for 10th place on Titan. Going down straightaway here. Is Titan going to look to take it back? It looks like Beatnik is going to keep it here, unless Titan can get something going with the slipstream. Goalie gets a 3-second penalty. That is huge. That is now going to give Alex Norris that spot back. Originally, that was Goatley's in 7th due to Alex Norris's penalty, but that is now going to give Alex Norris 7th place back. Put that as 4 drivers in the penalty club. SLR Metal, the clear outlier here with, you can see here, 26 seconds of penalties. Alex Norris, Goatley, and Zora, the only other 3 with a penalty, all with 3 seconds. Minico, 4 tenths behind Raza. He is really starting to reel him in. Raza only 2.2 behind George. So George is really starting to lose that lead here. It was originally at 4.5 seconds only just a couple laps ago. It is now down to 2.3 seconds. You gotta wonder, maybe that dry line is a little bit more favorable to Minico and Raza. Minico looked like he wanted to go for a little bit of a move there. Decides against it, as he might try and get it here. Look at this, Minico going for second on Raza, as he's gonna stay right behind him and try and get it done the straightaway here. Again, obviously, since it is raining, there's no DRS, so they just have the slipstream to try and get this move done. Is Minico going to go for it on Raza, or is he going to stick behind him for now? As Minico does go for it to the inside of Raza. Minico goes a little wide, and Raza's going to take it back. Raza back to second, and this is exactly what George wants to see, as that is going to let George take a little bit more of a gap here, as that gap is now up to 2.7 seconds for George. Minico looks like he's going to try and get it done here. He got a great run off that final corner right there. Here he goes, Minico to the inside of Raza. Who can get the better braking? Still side by side. Minico is going to take it over Raza. Minico up to P2. But Raza's not done. He wants that P2 back. Looking to the inside. Or sorry, looking to the outside. My apologies. Beatnik takes over 9th place from Bourbon Boy. But Minico still in 2nd place. Raza not able to get the move done. And that gap has now formed to 3.4 seconds between Minico and George. Although you have to think Minico might have the faster car here. Minico does have the fastest lap currently as we are. And Titan has retired from the session. That is our first retirement from the session right there. RPL Titan, unfortunately, out of this sprint race. He will be back for the feature, but not a good sprint race from Titan. .7 seconds the gap between Minico and George. As we look in here, teammates Leo Lund and Skither, as Leo is just going to tuck behind Skither. Is he going to go for a move here? As it looks like he will not. It looks like he's going to just stick right behind Skither. As look at this, Alex Norris and SLR Metal with those 26 seconds of penalty. So this is Alex Norris' spot. He does not need to take it over, but he's like, I want it on track. As a little bit of contact forces him wide. SLR Metal forces Alex Norris wide. He's going to keep that 6th place position, as that has allowed Goatley to catch back up to this field, as we'd have a 3-car dance for 6th place. Minico with the fastest lap of the race, 149.9. That's the first time we've seen someone get into 149, and he's only 2.6 seconds behind George. He is slowly reeling him in, with Reza right behind him. SLR Metal does keep that 6th place position, but with the penalties, he's going to drop all the way out of the points and out of the top 10 at this current rate. 2.3 seconds. That gap still coming down between Miniko and George. Miniko has the quicker pace as of right now. Can he reel in George before the race ends? Look here, Alex Norris going for 6th place again on SLR Metal. Can he get it done? As Metal goes a little bit wide, a little bit of a squirrel there from Alex Norris, as Metal does keep that place. But look at this, bumper to bumper, SLR Metal, Alex Norris, and Goatley all bumper to bumper. Here we go, Alex Norris to the outside of SLR Metal. Alex Norris in the wall. Thankfully, it doesn't look like he got too much damage, but that is going to kill any momentum he had to try and get past Metal. As it looks like Goatley's going to try for 7th place here on Alex Norris. That is for position because they both have 3 seconds of penalties. Miniko with another fastest lap of the race, 149.7. Alex Norris going for 6th place again on Metal, but can't get it done. That gap is closing even more, down below 2 seconds now for Miniko on George Alp Williams. George Alp Williams does not have a win in F2. He is looking for his first ever F2 win. That is incredible to think about, because oh no, I apologize, I missed him on the thing. He does have 4. He's looking for his 5th win. Like I said, there's going to be a little bit of hiccups. I am blind sometimes. I need my glasses. George does have 4 wins. He is looking for his 5th win here in F2, as he is trying everything he can to keep that gap from him and Miniko. But Miniko wants it. You can tell he wants it. He is driving his butt off to try and get there. Is it going to be a 5th race win in F2 for George Alp Williams? Is it going to be a 3rd race win for Miniko? George Alp Williams starting to pull a gap here. 2.1 seconds. Here we go. Goatley looking to try and maybe go for 7th again on Alex Norris. Is going to go right on the back bumper. As there he goes to the inside. Here it is, a little bit of a send, and he is not going to get there. Alex Norris keeping it. One lap to go. Miniko trying everything he can to reel in George Alp Williams. He has done a great job of that so far. The gap was at 4.5 seconds at one point. It is now down to 1.7 between Miniko and George. .6 seconds now. Still, anything could happen here. You never know. Let's look at here. Goatley, Alex Norris, and SLR Metal still fighting. Alex Norris and Goatley, the only ones fighting position, because SLR Metal does have those 26 seconds of penalties. So this is the only thing we have to worry about right here. Alex Norris and Goatley. As look at this, Beatnik is only 2.8 behind Goatley. He could possibly get both of those positions if Alex Norris and Goatley fight too much. There's a little bit of contact there. 1.1 seconds the gap between Miniko and George Alp Williams coming down the straightaway for the final time. As long as George has a good final sector, or sorry, a good final corner, Miniko is not going to get there. Coming out of the final corner, it is going to be the British man, or sorry, the Welsh man, George Alp Williams, taking the win here in the sprint race at Miami. Miniko with a hard-fought P2 in the Canadian gets the fastest lap to boot. Raza Gamer coming in third place. The Dams pair of Skither and Leo Lund. Ooh, a little bit of a squirrel there from Leo Lund. Ooh, my God. Leo trying to give me a damn heart attack here as he does spin. Leo does spin. He breaks off the wing. SLR Metal with another 10-second time penalty to boot. Leo Lund is going to keep 5th place. Beatnik gets up to 6th. Alex Norris and Goatley both lose out to Beatnik. Great job by Beatnik to keep it penalty free to get by Alex Norris and Goatley. Alex Norris coming in 7th with Goatley taking that last spot. Bourbon Boy, just purely off of SLR Metal's penalties alone, gets 9th place, and Metal drops all the way back to 10th place. George Williams, that is the Welshman's 5th ever F2 win. Great job from George there. Great drive. Way to keep it in there. And way to keep Minico from getting it to him. Minico and Raza with another solid podium. He definitely needed that today. The man that sits 4th in the points. Driver of the day does go to Minico from the game, and I'm going to have to agree. I think Minico is going to be my driver of the sprint race. He had an absolutely phenomenal drive through the field to possibly, or I wouldn't say drive through the field, but he did have a phenomenal drive to 2nd place, and he almost got George at the end. Look at the point finishers. The Invicta of George Williams does get the win here. Minico in the road in 2nd. Skither, I apologize. I'm looking at the weekend results. Raza does get 3rd. Skither and Leo Lund come out 4th and 5th respectively to put a little bit more of a gap in the constructor standings to MP Motorsport. The Rodin of Beatnik coming in 6th, so decent race for Rodin there. Alex Norris coming in 7th. Decent drive through the field from dead to last all the way up to 7th for Alex Norris. Great drive there. Goatley coming out as the final points finishers. You got Bourbon in 9th, SLML driving out the top 10, Zora in 11th, and then you have RPL Titan, our only DNF from the sprint race, in 12th place. Here we go. This is the big one right here. Feature race, and we are sunny, nice, bright and sunny here in Miami. No more wet conditions. I'm sure the drivers will be happy to see that. Georgia Williams, by the way, our 3rd different RPL F2 winner this year. Skither does have 3 wins. He won the feature race in Silverstone, and then he swept Spain. Jack Miles has the other one. He won the sprint race in Silverstone. So that is now our 3rd different driver to win an F2 this year. All right, here we go. Place your predictions in the chat for our feature winner here. Can George Williams sweep my apologies. Can George Williams sweep the weekend, or is someone else going to have something to say about it? As here we go. We got the 2 dams on the front row. The lights are out, and away we go. Skither coming out to a good lead. Leo Lund with a decent jump. Look at that great jump from Zora there. Let's look at here. We got 3 wide. That was, I believe, Beatnik going off a little bit. As Leo Lund and Skither both come out to a decent early lead. They are now side by side, the dams side by side. As Skither does back out of that. Minico sitting right there in 3rd place, looking to try and back off his great podium position with another one. George Williams up to 7th. He is side by side with Beatnik right now for 7th and 8th place position. They're still side by side back there. As here we go. Skither going to stay behind Leo Lund. He is perfectly content with just sitting in second behind his teammate right here. We got another position swap. Alex Norris taking away second, or sorry, not second, eighth away from Beatnik. Going through the chicane for the first time. Looked like everyone got through there clean. That was a real tough spot for drivers last for the sprint race. Seemed like a lot of penalties were getting put there. 6/10 gap between Leo Lund and Skither. Minico right behind them in third. Raza fourth. We got Zora in fifth. We got George Williams going for a move for sixth on Goatley. As Goatley runs a bit wide into the wall. Goatley into the wall. He is missing an end plate. That is bad news for the American driver. All the way back to 9th place, right in front of Titan. As George Williams takes over 6th place, that has now put a gap between the top 4 and Zora. Zora on a little bit of an island of his own here, right in front of George Williams, but right behind Raza. Is looky here. Leo Lund. Ooh, Leo Lund and Skither both getting incredibly close to that wall on exit. That was incredibly lucky they both didn't hit the wall there. So here we go. To the outside. Skither. Leo Lund blocks it off. Skither's going to stay in second behind his teammate. Minico still in third. As we got some... Oh, here we go. And a spin! Alex Norris, the Prima, around. And that is bad news. Didn't look like he had... Oh, we have another crash. Beatnik and Goatley. I completely missed that one looking at Alex Norris. And Beatnik and Goatley had a little bit of an incident of their own. That is so unfortunate for Goatley. He has had a horrendous start to this feature race. Although with that, the pack is now starting to spread out a little bit, but we still have a battle up front. Leo Lund and Skither. Skither going to go to the inside, or sorry, the outside of Leo Lund. Is he going to get it done? Is he going to go for the move? He's going to sit right behind his teammate. This is good teammate play here from the Dams drivers, looking to put a little bit more of a gap in that constructor standings. And here we go. Skither to the inside of Leo Lund. Leo Lund's going to back out and give Skither the place. Skither to the point here in Miami. The top 4 really starting to break away here. Zora 3.2 seconds behind Raza. So Raza really the last, and Raza is only hanging on to this DRS train by the skin of his teeth. So Minico, Leo Lund, and Skither all looking to just make a little bit of a break for it here. As we look at some close battles onto the track, here we go. Leo Lund not going to make the move, but Minico might have something to say about it. Got a little bit of pass there. Teammates George Williams and SLR Metal, or I apologize, SLR Metal and Titan, the ones swapping positions, not George and SLR Metal. As Metal, another 3-second penalty. So the charade continues from the sprint race as Metal just cannot escape the penalty bug, as he's the first one to go into the book here with a 3-second penalty. George Williams making a move on Zora. Is George going to make the move done? Zora sticking his ground on the inside. Zora spins! Big lockup, big spin from Zora. Kept it out of the wall. Good save by Zora, but he has lost a ton of positions. He's lost a position to Metal, George, and Titan. Zora back to 8th. So look at this. Alex Norris going for a double overtake on Zora and Bourbon. What a fantastic overtake by Alex Norris. I'm very upset that we missed that. Great move from Alex Norris trying to come back after that spin. Let's look at here. Minico all over the back bumper of Leo Lund. Is he going to try and make a move? He is on the inside of the Dams driver. Miniko trying to go for the crossover here, as he is going to slot right in behind Leo Lund. Skither has put up a 1 second gap between him and his teammate now. So Skither really starting to pull away a little bit. Titan and Metal going at it as well. Titan, the only retirement from the sprint race, looking to get some much needed points in this feature, as he did not score any in the sprint race, as I had just said. But he is looking decent here to get some points. 6th place is nothing to scoff at. Raza still just about hanging on to here, as Skither goes a little wide there. That's going to let Leo Lund and Miniko possibly pounce and take over 1st and 2nd, or are they? Or is Leo Lund just going to stay behind his teammate again? As it looks like that is what he'll do. So teammates doing a good job kind of just sticking here and letting them go. Metal trying to get 6th place away from Titan. Obviously, Metal does have that 3 second penalty, so that's going to be huge when it comes to the finishing order. As we got a caution in Sector 1, that is going to be Zora again. The 2nd spin to, in this feature race for Zora, as he gets passed up by Beatnik and Bourbon Boy. As Goatley is in the pit to possibly fix that wing. As, oh, look at this, Miniko trying a little bit something on Leo. SLR Metal going for the pass on Titan, and he will get it done. Metal up to 6th for the time being. Look here, Zora and Beatnik. Beatnik, a big moment there. A little bit of a slide, nearly loses it, but a great save by Beatnik, by the American driver. As Zora gets a 3 second penalty, and that's going to give Beatnik the position right back. Zora, the 2nd driver to fall into the penalty club with a 3 second penalty. Him and SLR Metal are in that club as of right now. We have some pits going on. Leo Lund, Miniko, Raza all going into pit. George Alp Williams stays out. Skither stays out. We have RPL Titan going into pit. Alex Norris looking to stay out here. As, oh, the other big moment. Beatnik, for the 2nd time in this lap, almost loses it, but gets a great save to keep him in it. Zora goes into pits as well. As we're going to see what the undercut is possibly going to be like here. Leo Lund gets an 8/10 gap over Miniko, but you have to think Miniko is not going to let that get too much further. RPL Titan, the next person in the penalty club with a 3 second penalty for multiple warnings. As I wonder if he is ghosted. I wonder if Bourbon Boy lagged out the session and I missed it again. As we're looking here, 8.6 second gap between Skither and George Alp Williams, as we have a caution in Sector 2. That is going to be possibly Bourbon Boy. I did not get a good look on who that was. My apologies. Miniko! That's huge. Miniko with a 3 second penalty. That is huge in the race for the win. He was right behind and giving it to Leo Lund, but that is going to be massive for Miniko, because Leo, he is not one to get penalties, so you got to think that is going to be a massive, massive downfall for Miniko, so he's going to have to get a great jump here on Leo Lund to have a chance. As we have a VSC out. VSC is out. I'm wondering what that could have been for. Oh, here. Oh, Zora. Zora has no wing. That's what it was. So Zora breaks his wing, and that gives us a VSC. And that could be huge for George. Virtual safety car already... Or, sorry, no. My apologies. It is not ending. I don't know what I thought I saw, but I did not see what I thought I saw. Zora into pit to fix that front wing damage. The Invicta is 1-2 right now as they sit, but still have to make their pit stops. People that still have to pit. Beatnik. Oh, Beatnik with a drive-through penalty, as I was just saying his name, for speeding under the safety car. That is huge, and that is basically going to take Beatnik out of any chance of possibly getting a decent finish here. That is unfortunate for him. As, looky here, is George going to pit? No, George stays out. So George really trying to go for the overcut here. As, look at this. Oh, big contact between Leo Lund and Beatnik. As Leo Lund does get the move done. Beatnik goes in to serve his drive-through. Goatley with another 3-second penalty. And Beatnik, just for good measure, 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is not good for him. And the feature race goes from bad to worse for Beatnik. Leo Lund has pulled out of DRS from Minico. So advantage Leo Lund with Minico's 3-second penalty. Skither right now in net lead, and he has caught the DRS of SLR Metal, who is yet to pit. Look at the tires here. Everyone sitting on the mediums right here. Beatnik, George, and SLR Metal, the only ones yet to pit. Zora, the only one sitting on the super soft tires as of right now. As we look at the penalty club here, Beatnik with a 10-second penalty. Everyone else has 3 seconds. SLR Metal, Minico, Goatley, Zora, and Titan all sitting there with 3 seconds. As Raza, Leo Lund with a big spin, and that's going to allow Minico to catch right back up with him. Leo Lund almost binned it right to the wall. Beatnik with another 3-second penalty. So Raza and Beatnik both almost simultaneously get 3-second penalties. We have a caution in Sector 1. And that is going to be Zora again. As Zora spins it and loops it again. Zora is just not having a good race here, as he's looking to get it back going again. As while we were away, Skither did make the pass on SLR Metal. Here we go. Minico makes a pass on Leo Lund. That could be huge. Minico still needs to get a 3-second gap between him and Leo Lund. But still, that is good that Minico has passed Leo Lund. That is Objective 1 complete. Now Objective 2 is just get a little bit of a gap between himself and Leo Lund. Beatnik with another 3-second penalty for corner cutting. That is going to be 9 seconds now, if I'm not mistaken. 29. Add a 2 to that. 29 seconds in penalties. I thought nobody was going to beat SLR Metal's 26 seconds from as he gets another 10-second for corner cutting. As I think Beatnik has just decided, you know what, I'm not going to get a good finish here. Might as well end. Zora with a broken right wing, just sitting. And he has a busted end plate. Hopefully that does not bring out a safety car. And Zora gets disqualified. So, put the already terrible day from bad to worse, as he did just retire. Or no, he didn't retire. Oh, go! Oh, George! George with a spin. I completely missed it because I was too busy looking at Zora. Oh man, George. And any chance that George might have had to get that overcut might have just been dashed here. Skither takes the lead away. SLR Metal still yet to pit in second. Leo Lund back to third over Minico as he got the move done on Minico. Raza passes George. Alex Doris, it looks like he's also possibly going to get George as well. We've got 6 laps to go left in this race. Leo Lund, Minico, SLR Metal, all within a blanket of one another. RPL Titan also gets by George. So George all the way back down to 8th. Minico, Leo Lund, as we got side by side. Leo Lund and SLR Metal are right on the back bumper of each other. As look at this, we have 3 wide action. Minico, Metal, and Leo Lund. Look at this, going to go 3 wide out of Sector 2. Minico takes it away. We have a, oh my god, just so much happening right here. A little bit of a touch there between Leo Lund and Minico. Minico takes away second place. Great battling between those 3 right there. Looking around, we don't really have much of a battle anywhere else. Skither, the big winner here. 3.6 second gap between him and Minico, who does have that 3 second penalty. Leo Lund goes back through on Minico, taking second place, but he tries it a little too deep. Minico's going to try and take it away on the inside, as he does not, as Beatnik is now up to 58 seconds of penalties. We're looking for a new record here in terms of how many penalties can you get in one race. I'm not quite sure what the record is for that, but I'm sure if I took a look, I could figure it out. I don't know if we put that in the stats or not. George Williams goes through on Metal, who does finally go in to make his pit stop. Skither pulling out to a 3.8 second lead over his teammate Leo Lund. Dam's having a great run here to put a little bit of a stamp on this constructor's title as it stands. Minico to the inside, does not get it done. Gonna stick right behind Leo. Minico and Leo having the only ones really battling on track, the only ones within a tenth of each other on track. So we'll stay here for a second and look and see if anything gets going here. As that gap is starting to come down a little bit, 3.5 seconds. And as I say that, it's going back up. As from what I can see, we do not look and see who has the most penalties in a race in RPL. I'm sure if I asked George or Luke, they could tell me. But Beatnik is now up to 1 minute. He has so many penalties, it just now says 1M. I have never seen that before in my life, but here we are. As Minico, as I got kicked from the party there. I don't know how long I've been out of the party, but that's fine. George Williams with the fastest lap of the race for Invitka. It's a good run from George right there. And Beatnik goes back into pit again. So he's going to fall outside the points as if he wasn't already with his 1 minute in penalties. That definitely has to be close to a record. I don't know what the record is, but it has to be close to a record. The last time he came here to Miami was last season. So Miami looking like a decent, I guess you could say regular for the F2 schedule, which is completely fine. As Beatnik finally gets disqualified for too many penalties. So make that 2 people out of the session. Neither of them crashed out. Neither of them retired in the pits. Both get disqualified. Still, the only real battle we have on the track is Minico and Leo Lund. Minico with that 3-second penalty still. So right now he is still sitting in third as it stands. Even if he does get by Leo Lund, he's still going to have that 3-second penalty to worry about. Metal takes the fastest lap away from his teammate, as Minico is going to have to hope that the tires that Leo has falls off, or Leo makes a mistake and spins it out, or he's going to have to hope that Leo, again, makes a mistake and possibly gets a 3-second penalty to make this a race for second place. Looky here, SLR Metal and Titan going at it. SLR Metal on the better, fresher tires. As to the inside goes Metal, and he's going to get the pass done with ease on Titan. The Titan and George really starting to make up some ground. How about Alex Doris in the top 5? He's had a quiet day. Raza still sitting in 4th. Alex could, if he could get 1.1 second more, he could possibly take 4th place away from Raza. That'd be a great finish for Alex Doris. Again, Alex was not slated to race this race, but due to a pullout from Invade, that is now Alex Norris's spot, and he's making the most of it. Goatley and Bourbon Boy side by side going away for 10th place. Right now, that is Bourbon Boys as it stands, as Goatley does have the 3-second penalty. So everyone left is going to get some points today. That's the good thing. Oh, here we go. Minico go to the inside on Leo Lund. Still side by side, as Leo Lund is going to keep it on Minico. As Minico, that is going to seal his 3rd place finish as of right now. Leo Lund looked like he got to the wall a little bit. It doesn't look like he has any damage though, which is good. Here we go. Minico gonna go to the inside and take away. Oh, Leo Lund absolutely cooks it into the final corner. He is lucky that that wasn't more severe. Minico takes away 2nd place, but that is still Leo Lund's as of right now, with Minico's 6 seconds penalties. And as I was talking, SLR Metal got another penalty to put him up to 6 seconds of penalties. Look at the penalty situation. Minico, SLR Metal, the only 2 people with 6 seconds, and then we have Goatley, Titan, and Raza all sitting at 3 seconds. Skither, Leo Lund, Alex Norris, and George Uplands, and Bourbon Boy all sitting penalty free. Look at the big gainers here. Alex Norris, the big gainer, going up 7 positions from the starting position. He started dead last. He is all the way up to the top 5, as he's looking to take 4th place away from Raza. That has now gone down to 3.2 seconds between Raza and Alex Norris. That could be Alex Norris's to take. He only needs another 2/10 to take it away from Raza. Look at our big losers, Beatnik and Zora, 6 and 5 places down respectively. Here we go. Leo Lund with the DRS. Is he going to try and make a move on Minico, or is he just going to stick behind knowing that he has this place? And he will. Oh, and Minico goes wide, and Leo Lund takes full advantage of that. Leo Lund back in the 2nd place as we start the final lap here. Skither has just been the absolute class of this feature race, with a 5.7 second lead over his teammate Leo Lund, who sits in 2nd. And right now we're looking at a Dams 1-2. Oh my God, Leo Lund got extremely close to that wall. That was horrifying to watch. Guys, look at this. Minico goes back to the inside. Oh, a little bit of contact again. Well, Minico does take the spot away. This feature race has been something to be withheld. A lot of penalties, a lot of fighting, a little bit of contact between drivers. But like I said in the pre-race show, Rubbins Racing, Skither up to a 6.7 second lead. The man who swept both the feature and the sprint last week is destined for a feature win this race. Didn't have the best sprint race. Didn't even get a podium in the sprint, but that does not matter as he is going to take a well-deserved win here in Miami for the feature race. Skither is your winner here in Miami. Leo Lund is going to beat Minico on track and in the penalty department as he takes away second place. Minico is going to take away that last podium position. Raza is going to end up losing out on fourth place to Alex Norris. Alex Norris with a fantastic run all the way up to fourth. Raza going to go all the way back down to fifth. George Williams coming around in sixth. SLR Metal is going to come around in seventh. They got Titan in eighth. Goatley ninth. And you have Bourbon rounding out your final points finisher. So everyone made some points today, which is good. Can't go wrong with some points finishes here. And with that win, Skither, that was his 42nd win in F2. And he is now pulled within 3 wins of Luke Grange for the most all-time in RPL F2. Dams 1-2 today. Just an absolute sublime performance from Dams in the feature today. Didn't have the best sprint race. He didn't get either of the Dams drivers on the podium in the sprint, but that does not matter when you have a Dams 1-2 and Dams just completely and utterly the class of the field in the sprint race. Or sorry, in the feature race. My apologies. Looking at your results for the weekend, Skither takes away the most points from the weekend with 32. Minico sitting in second with 24. Leo Lund takes away 22 points. George Williams with 18. Razan with 16. Alex North with 14. Metal with 7. Titan with 4. B-Dick and Goatley both taking away 3. Bourbon gets 1 point from the feature. Zora, the only man from tonight to not get a point. As we look at our feature race here, Skither first, Leo second, Minico third. Alex Norris and Raza rounding out the top 5. If I had to get driver of the day to anyone in the feature race, I would give it to Skither. I think that's pretty obvious. Skither, just the class of the field in the feature. Took a 6-second win over his teammate and Minico. But if we're going for someone else, I would go with Alex Norris. Alex Norris started dead last and made his way all the way up to 4th. Didn't get any problems. Kept his car clean, and that's all you can do. And with that, Dams surely going to take a even bigger gap than they already have in the constructor standings. Skither also going to put a little bit of a spread on his standings in the Drivers' Championship. That was a fantastic race to watch, and that was a fantastic race to be my first main comm, which was definitely a different thing. I'm used to being here next to Ryan. You will have Ryan and Titan back for Tier 1. You don't have to worry about me for Tier 1. I will be back for Tier 2 next week, which is going to be at Austria. My apologies. I was reading a chat in the drivers chat. We're going to have next week, or sorry, in about 2 hours' time here, the F1 cars going to be heading over to Australia. That's going to be a nice race for the third race this season. Leo Lund going to try and go 3 in a row in a Williams car. That'd be absolutely fantastic if that did happen. But we will see. And then we got and then starting off next week, we have Tier 3 going to Silverstone. Alex Norris going to try and get 2 wins in a row in the Ferrari, and Fusion will look to possibly put more of a points gap. Tier 2 next week, we have Austria. George looking for his 4th win of the season, the only man to win this season. We'll be looking to see if we can get a 4th race in a row this season. And F2 next week, going to be at Monza. Monza, a very, very fast-paced track, one of my personal favorite tracks for F2 cars. So that should be a fun race. And then next week, after Australia, we have Japan for Tier 1. And that is about it. That was a fantastic race. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I appreciate all of you guys for being here. And I can't confirm Beatnik's 61 seconds in penalties, I believe, was the most all time. That was the first person to ever get over 1 minute in penalties. How he did that without disqualifying, I will never know. But I'm not gonna question it. But that's about it. I appreciate everyone hopping in here. We will be back. I will not be back in a couple hours' time. We will have Titan and Ryan back in the booth for Tier 1. Leo Lund looking to go 3 in a row there. Leo Lund with his new team, the Williams, looking to go 3 in a row. Or could someone else, maybe George, possibly get a win in Tier 1? We will see in a couple hours' time. I appreciate everyone hopping in here, saying hello, everyone that watched. Yes, record-breaking performance from Beatnik there. But again, I hope everyone had a good time watching. I had a great time commentating. I hope you guys will have me back for another time. And that is about it. We will see you in about 2 hours for the Tier 1 race at Australia. I've been Polish Hammer, signing off.